Welcome to Home Dad Chat, brought to you by the National At Home Dad Network. My name is Brock,
My name is Danny.
and we are here to talk about life as stay at home dads. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
No, I don't want much. I even love handmade crafts made of macaroni. Come on now, you should know me. Times I might eat too much. No worry about my weight. Got the dad bod rocking on me. Sketches on my feet. Cargo shorts look good on me. I'm a dad, that's what I do.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the show. Hope you're all doing great. Had a good week. I'm barely here, man. I tell you, I'm drowning in laundry and dishes and all kinds of other things that involve
Sisyphean tasks.
family. And yeah, it's just, it's deep, man. It's deep, and I'm
It's
drowning.
yeah. Well, it's that daily reset of wait, you all got this dirty again.
Oh, yeah. That along with the I want to ask my kids to jump in and do some of this stuff, but I also know that they're knee deep and they're trying to get their homework done and everything else, and I want to make sure that that's the priority
Sure.
and not just me getting a break from all of that. So
You're right. You should not be a priority. I agree.
exactly, yeah. My priority is to me when they're not around. So
I feel like somehow that's exactly what we've been preaching not to do for the last 4 years. Has it been
well,
four? It's got to
five
be four.
years.
It's been five,
Five.
going on five.
Almost, yeah, this
Because
is
we're over
coming up on
240, right?
we're coming up on the end of 5 years. We'll start
Noise.
year number 6 next month.
Noise.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
I only say that just because it's just been, an interesting, it's been an interesting past week or so. But
Well, before we move on from that, I just want
yeah.
to say, suck it to all of my fourth grade teachers who said I'd never amount to anything.
There
5 years, baby.
you
Woot.
go.
Celebrate the little victories, right? And by the way, none of my grade school teachers ever told me I wouldn't amount to anything. They didn't talk to me.
They didn't talk to you at
They
all.
didn't care if I was there. It's an unfortunate reality. It took until like middle school, and I had a teacher like, huh, you actually care. Neat.
Well, yeah. I was gonna say I feel like elementary school teachers, unless you're somebody that really was attached to your teacher, and there was some sort of bond built out of that, that basically, it's high school and maybe junior high that remember you.
So
So
many of the little things.
so many,
So
so
many.
many. Yeah.
So
But
you're
anyway,
dragging
yeah.
this morning,
Oh, I am
this
I am
week, this
dragging big
month.
time. Yeah.
Do you think it might have anything to do with how dark it is? Seasonal.
I'll definitely blame it on I would blame a large amount of it on that, but that's only half of what's going on. But yes,
You need
I
a
hate the early dark. It's
Do
yuck.
you have a plant light? I mean a therapy light? A
A
happy light?
therapy. I don't know. What's that?
No, then you don't. So specifically made lights to recreate the effect of the sun. And basically it's a large 8 by 10 panel, plug it in, it's on a little stand, you set it up beside you, not where you're looking right into it, but like it's off on your peripheral, and you do whatever you're doing for 20 minutes or so under that light, and it helps your seasonal affective disorder because it resets your circadian, not your circadian rhythm, your whatever rhythm that is putting you naturally into a funk, because this is the time when I would think biologically we're supposed to be sleeping a lot more. And that's it.
Well,
We're supposed
can
to have
I
packed
can
all of our stuff in our cave, and it's time to just, and that's not what we do. So you got to give yourself extra light to trick yourself into thinking it's still summer.
can I sleep and have it on me?
You might.
I
I
would.
couldn't sleep with a light on. I mean I can if I am really tired, but I like darkness. So I
Oh,
can't.
when I'm tired, it doesn't matter. When my eyeballs go shut, it's sleepy time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I I can sleep pretty much anywhere, to be honest.
I've always been light sensitive, and everybody always told me because you have green eyes, they're more sensitive to light. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I learned 2 weeks ago that it's also one of the overstimulation effects of ADHD, that I can get overstimulated if there's too much light around me. And I'm like, what, man? Come on.
You just can't win, man.
Yeah, I got all the symptoms. Everything's a symptom.
Danged
Everything's a
if you do, danged if you
There
don't.
are literally TV shows and memes galore about the fact that I thought I had a personality, but nope, just symptoms. That's all I got. So, but
Oh my goodness.
nonetheless, we're here to have a good morning and to
Day at
do
least, yeah.
yuck your yums today. You feel like that? I don't know if you've got any yums you really care about today.
Yums that I care about today. Hmm.
Yeah. Because I mean, the idea was originally, dear listeners, that we would do a show about yucking your yum because a lot of the things that we come into this time of year are very much that. If I mention on our National At Home Dad Network group in any of our socials, Discord, Facebook, or anywhere else, that I love pumpkin pie. All right. If I say that I love pumpkin pie, and everybody loves pumpkin pie, right? No,
Oh no.
no, Matt Strain will immediately appear. Even if he was like off with his scouts or something, he would just like poof. Huh, I heard Danny say, or someone say, and then he would put in there, and I quote, pumpkin is a garbage vegetable. Just use sweet potato, you monster.
That
Right?
sounds like Joe Saladino. He hears the word pumpkin and beer, and he's immediately
Oh,
turned
yeah.
off by
But I
that too.
mean,
So,
yeah, me too. I mean, I don't think that's natural. Beer pumpkins? Yeah, yeah, I think he's right. I give him credit on that one. On a
hey,
lot of things, in fact.
the head brewer at the brewery I work at, he did a great job with our very first pumpkin beer this year. So good beers can be made if made properly.
Sure, sure. And again, at this point, Joe would be yucking it.
Yes,
I
he
think
would.
Joe has learned to do it professionally almost.
Yeah, you
He's
have to
able
pay
to
him to
do it,
drink it.
say, right, right, pay him to drink it, yes. But also, he knows how to, okay, y'all know I don't like this, but I'm okay if you do. I'm
Right.
okay if it exists. I'm okay if you enjoy it. I'm okay if you drink it, but I think it's swill, you know?
You know,
And I wanted to have that conversation because coming into Thanksgiving, which
oh,
is
that's yep.
our biggest eating holiday, which is that's what it is. Hey America, you want to eat a lot? Why, yes, yes,
Do you
I
know what the
do.
second biggest eating holiday is?
Halloween?
Nope.
Dang it. What?
Nope. Super
Christmas?
Bowl Sunday.
Super Bowl isn't a holiday. What? See, this is it. This is yucking your yum.
There you go. We're
That's perfect lead in. You meant to do that, and I love it. I can see the wheels in your brain grinding this idea out to
sure,
drop on
yeah.
our listeners.
Unfortunately, the gerbil got caught in the gears, and he's now he's now
just just
mincemeat.
just just tail went joink. Oh, little fella, gonna need
But
another one.
speaking of Thanksgiving, the
Load.
very first thing that comes to mind when yucking your yum is definitely there is green bean casserole.
Wow, that's the first thing. Okay, no, I see it. It's up there. I agree. I agree.
Yeah, I
Because
like it.
you
I enjoy it,
okay,
but my
and you like
wife hates
the
it.
onion crisp all over the top of it.
Oh yeah, I'm all about all that.
Yeah,
That's traditional Thanksgiving.
sure.
If
Yeah,
I can't have that, then it's not Thanksgiving.
yeah. Dang. All right.
Yep.
And do you end up making that for like just yourself, like a little one of the smallest? What are those white porcelain dishes we always
Yeah,
use?
I know what you're talking about, like a little
Whatever they
pastry
are.
dish or whatever. They're
Yeah.
called something else, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Right now, Matt Strain is screaming into the speaker what exactly what that is. That's okay though. But yeah, yeah, some way somehow I usually get some. Typically it happens though. I'll go to somebody's house, they have it, so
hmm
it's a staple item. Uh,
Corningware.
Corningware. No,
Corningware is what I was thinking. And there's
okay,
no way I would have remembered that, but that's what it's like. All the little stackable, not really stackable, but all the dishes, the different sizes and what have you, the casserole dishes. Pick
right.
the smallest one and make your own green bean casserole.
Yep,
You
just
know,
it's all mine.
I I love corn because who doesn't love corn? And I want
Yeah.
corn. And I actually have a really good, like several different good recipes for corn on the cob. Well, corn on the cob is only like a different way of cooking. I wouldn't say a recipe, but how to serve it. Like I love corn in chili. I love corn in, like if I make taco soup, especially, I love it in tacos, burritos, that kind of thing. That just either the corn tortilla or the corn flavor. Oh, yeah. And the light of my life, my moon and stars, the woman that I love doesn't like corn.
At
And I'm
all?
feeling you should have said something before we got into this situation. So yeah,
That
he
seems like
doesn't really
a
like corn.
pre-marriage conversation right there.
You would think you would bring that up. You would bring that up. Like, look, because I told her all the good and bad about me because I wanted her to be, completely. I said, look, you can take it or leave it, but this is who I am. This is what I am, and I need you to know. Like I told her, I will give you my heart, but I can't give you my eyes. If I see a beautiful specimen of woman, I don't know why I put it that way, but if I see a beautiful girl, I'm going to go, huh, that's a beautiful girl. Now, I'm not going to chase her or, I'm not going anywhere, but I observe the beauty that exists in the world. And, I also probably, well, I have, in fact, if there's a beautiful man, I will say, that's a beautiful man. I mean, there's some men like Chris Hemsworth. I'm like, yeah, okay,
He's a
I
good
get
looking
it.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if Marnie said, "Hey, Chris Hemsworth came over and wanted to whatever, like raise 4 kids with me," I'm like, I'm good. I'm out. He's good. He may not be as great a dad as I am, but I got you. He's beautiful, and he's also a beautiful soul. So you know what that means. But I'm down with that, right? And I told Marnie all the bad stuff about me, right? And that's just what you do. She kept some things to herself, a little quiet. Let's say she was
Yeah.
just introverted about it or shy. I don't eat really like corn. Get
So
out.
wait, when did you find out that she didn't like corn? Because I feel
I
like,
was like,
if you're dating through the summer, there's gonna be a corn on the cob
well,
meal at
I
some point.
didn't think about what she was eating, and I didn't really cook for us as much during that time, before we had
Okay.
kids. Because before we had kids, I mean, like everyone that doesn't have kids, well, hallelujah, we had a way, way more money than we have now,
Right.
and
Yeah.
I never had to worry about what we were eating, and we ate just what we wanted. We would go to this, it was called Donna Marie's, this little pizza shop down in Canton, Georgia, and it was amazing. And they had the best calzones. It was actually the first calzone I ever ate. But a calzone is basically to me just a folded over pizza. And I wasn't going to be impressed, but it was incredible. Right. And we would eat there regularly and we just never cooked. And it never came up like we'd camp out and there would be corn on the cob. And I would say, do you want some corn on the cob? And it was a group of people, right? There was like 4 or 5 tents going. And she would say no, but she wouldn't say, no, I hate corn. It's gross. Because if you'd said that, but no, thank you. She was
Hey, at
just
least she was
roping me
trying
in.
to not yuck your yum.
She was
There it
just
is,
rope.
right there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, no,
That's
that's
how that
great if you
works.
like that. I like that you like that. Yeah. Yeah. Good circle. I like it. I like it. But you would think you would tell somebody about that. However, I like every Thanksgiving, I will have a corn dish, some kind. And basically, it's just going to be corn off the cob with pepper. I mean, it's gonna be maybe a little butter or whatever, but it's just very, very, very basic. I'm not trying anything. I just want corn,
Yeah.
as it is. You just put it on my salads.
Okay.
Nice with hot corn on lettuce, and it was just yeah, I loved it. But I don't cook it very often. And I have maybe 1 or 2 cans because every time I know she's not going to eat it.
Yeah.
However, being that I've been married over 20 years now, I am absolutely fine now cooking whatever I want to eat. And if you don't eat it, that just sucks for you.
There
I
you
guess you
go.
go make a sandwich.
Right? Exactly.
No, I don't
Exactly.
go out of my way to do it. But yeah, like this is a good food. It's going to be a good meal. I made tortilla soup 2 weeks ago and she liked it. She ate it. She said the corn was kind of weird, but I like it. And I'm like, it's tortilla soup. It's taco soup, basically. You got to have corn in there. Come on. She disagreed, but she did eat it. And that's what counts. So
With the yuck, the whole yuck and yum thing, like how does that, how do you remember that working out with when your kids were younger? Like, the whole idea of trying to get them to try different things and
after my second kid, and my third kid had reflux really bad, right? And my third kid was the first kid that taught me about food sensitivity. So before that, I was like, look, this is what we're having for dinner. This is what it's going to be. If you don't like it, you can make a PB&J. And I feel like that was or I will make you a PB&J, I guess. That was absolutely reasonable. Like this is the meal we're having. If you absolutely don't want to try it, because their favorite food was not PB&J. I just want to point that out.
Was
They
it
were
chicken
not like,
nuggets?
oh, it was. Of course it was.
Of
It
course it was.
still is. It still is.
Of course it was.
Like, hey, we go get a cheeseburger. Do they have nuggets? Oh my God, get out. You're 16. No, 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 now it's 16, but you're 11. You should be over those now. And chicken nuggets are good. I get it. But yeah, yeah, we came around a lot of times to, well, this is what I'm going to make, and how can I make it that you like it? We don't have
Yeah.
any allergies, so we're very, very, very grateful for that. So it's basically, it just comes down to what you will enjoy eating or what you'll eat. And for years, as an example, I make spaghetti, not so much now, but I'd make spaghetti every Monday night. That was the thing. That's what we do. It's always spaghetti. And they ate choodles, which is just noodles with cheese, Parmesan, nasty, gross, store bought Parmesan cheese out of a can, like you're supposed to.
Yeah.
That's my poor privilege talking.
The
It's
plastic
like,
the plastic
oh
Parmesan can.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
straight out of it. Let's go. But that's all they would eat. And like my 12-year-old, as an example, she would never eat sauce. Never. And I'm like, this is but it's really good
They
sauce.
just
It's
want
been,
butter. They just want
yeah,
butter on
just
the noodles.
butter and
Yeah.
cheese. And again, that came down to, at first it was a sensitivity thing. It's like the taste, the feel of sauce on my noodles. I don't like it. And she's gotten better once she started cooking, but it's been 2 years max that she's been using sauce, you know? So for me, okay, I want you to eat, and that's really what's most important. If you're not going to eat like whatever I'm going to cook, I'll make an option for you. PB&J, even nuggets at times. I mean, we have air fryers now. Nuggets are way easier than they used to be,
Oh yeah, definitely. Thank you, air fryer.
right?
Yes.
I need
No
a
kidding.
small convection oven that sits on my countertop.
Oh, well,
Okay.
speaking of
Da-na-na-na.
that, I mean, last night I literally took like a whole kielbasa, like you get like in the package, like the horseshoe ones.
Uh-huh.
Took it out and threw it on the grill and took some tater tots and threw them in the air fryer. That that was my meat and potatoes for dinner for me. Like everybody else, like I had them all set up with something else. We just kind of did sort of a throw together dinner because life's been a little bit crazy here. So,
Yeah.
but it was just funny because like Ruby came out and she's like, "Oh, you're doing tater tots?" I'm like, "Yeah, why?" She's like, "I'll take some tater tots." And she had just had like a bowl of spaghetti, and I'm like, "Fine, whatever. If that's your appetite, let's do it." So
Hey, tater tots, man.
I know, right? You can have them whenever you want. Sounds
Right?
good. It works. But yeah, just being able to cook up tater tots or frozen
Hmm.
meatballs real easily, whatever it is. Like, yeah, I'm so glad I bought that air fryer years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's an investment, but the Blackstone as well has made my life so much easier because I like to buy at least 3 pounds of like ground beef. If I'm going to make ground beef, I want enough that's going to last me a couple days, the family a couple days, I should say. And 3 pounds in my little 10-inch skillet. Nah, I got to do that in like three different batches or something almost,
Yeah.
or at least two. Blackstone, chop, chop, go, you know, but
Yep.
a huge time saver, makes it so much easier, like the Instant Pot and like the air fryer. These are, I feel like, not necessarily taking the place of the microwave, but I will say if we're not making popcorn, we're not using the microwave
The
hardly at all.
microwave is for reheating things.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all that it ever gets used for, really.
Yep.
So back to yuck versus yum type things. I was trying to think of some other like things like that. I think if you went into, I guess if you go into like the world of drinking with like beer and stuff, that probably I'm not a huge IPA guy really. Um,
Mm-hmm.
just never really been a fan of it. But at the same time too, I'm very much of the mindset of you can't say you don't like something till at least you've tried it. And and well, I mean, you give me that look. Just saying,
Yeah. Most of
That's
the time.
most of the time. I'm just saying though, like it's one thing. I get it if you smell it like, oh, this is gross. This is not gonna taste
You mean
good, that
like
kind of
food?
thing. Yeah, like food, definitely.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
So, but I mean, I've tried enough of them now that I'm just like I'm out. That's not my thing. Like there's some people that just they love them, and I'm
Hmm.
like, nope, I'm good. Like I need something with way more flavor
Hmm.
than that. And some people would be like, they're really flavorful, and I'm like, sure they are.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah, and they want you on their team so much. It's just such an immediate, oh, I now identify as, I don't know. I'm a hot dog person now and you're a bratwurst person and we can't be friends. And it's just like, no, you like hot dogs and I like brats. That's
That's
cool.
ketchup versus mustard right there, man.
Enjoy it. Now, that is one of those ones, right? But learning to be able to look at it and go, hey, I think that's weird and it sounds kind of gross. But if you like it, I had, and I kid you not, a person that I have not really taken a lot of advice from, but I respect them in a lot of ways, said, hey, put up a post. Do you like mashed potatoes? Do you like pimento cheese? Mix them together. Trust me. And right. And I went, are you pregnant? I didn't ask that, but
Why
that's
did the
about the
hair
only
just stand up
time.
on the back of my neck? Ah.
But they love it. They love it. And again, being able to be like, okay, well, you know what that means is if it's ever served in a gathering that we're at, you will have my portion.
Yes, you
Boom.
will.
There's nothing wrong. And like, I can get away with saying I don't like beer. Now I
Yeah.
do rush through that because I don't want to cause a big thing because beer is, we've talked about many times, such a camaraderie thing. It's just, yeah, we all have a beer together. I don't like beer. And a lot of people have, before I started making a lot of understanding of it, was the beginning like, oh, what the heck? It's nothing wrong with drinking. I like it. I'm like, no, 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 no. I don't mind drinking. I just don't like the taste of beer. And it
Oh,
took,
yeah.
a couple of explanations to get through that because you're attacking someone basically that some at a place that they really, really love. It's like, no, I'm not attacking beer or you. I just don't appreciate it. I don't
Oh,
enjoy it.
yeah.
So why can't you just let me not enjoy it? Why can't
Oh,
we just
I
run like this?
trust me, I was in that camp of I don't like beer for years, for a very long time.
Hmm.
And it wasn't really till like craft beer came into play that I got interested in it at all. Cause yeah, the taste, the smell, like it all of it just turned me off. And I don't even remember what exactly it was that turned me, but I was like, oh, okay, this isn't so bad.
Hmm.
Um, but same
Yeah,
thing with,
and your taste change and what have you, but allowing that other people liked it, where people could be drinking beer around you and you weren't being a jerk about it, right?
all right,
Because yeah,
yeah,
you're enjoying it. Go ahead, enjoy it. Everybody likes beer. I just don't happen to.
yeah,
And finding your way in that, whatever that might be. And I love that development in our personalities. I mean, you personally, but just like in general, where we're looking at people around us going, you like something that I don't like. Like you talked about last week about you went to Legoland and you felt that it was better than Disneyland.
yep,
And I'm absolutely fine with that. I'm not a huge Disney proponent. I don't really, if I could go there and it was just like me and my family, that'd be awesome. But I don't like the crowds and the very smelly, sweaty, trashy people that I run into all the time. I just seem to run into the people that need one that need to trauma dump, which is my superpower. I don't know if you're aware of that.
uh-huh, yep.
But they're just unappealing in ways that I can't speak to them, and it makes my anxiety jump up. But I don't dislike Disney. However, I could see that someone, and you mentioned this, you could see, I'm going to say this. I like Legoland better. I know I'm going to get flack for it. And that's probably true. But I feel like we're moving to a place where we can just sit back and go, okay, well, I guess I'm not going to invite you to go to Disney with us. But if you wanted to go, you can, or something, and be able to go, oh, Legoland sounds neat,
Yeah.
and be able to accept and appreciate that someone else has a different understanding and a different viewpoint. When we're talking about things like your favorite food or where to go on vacation or your Christmas or Thanksgiving traditions or let's just do it, socks, Crocs and sandals.
I love my
Just
Crocs, man.
just
What are you
throw it
talking
out there.
about?
It's
Love
right
my
there.
Crocs.
Yes, and so do so many people. Our new
Yeah.
president of the network, in fact, loves Crocs, and
That's
I'm
why we're
just,
friends. That's why
I'm
he and I are
just,
friends right there.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
We'll get into that here in just a minute too. I definitely want to touch on that side of things. So good little teaser there. Yeah, well, the other thing I was thinking of too is sports, for instance. Like
Hmm.
there's a lot of yuck and yum with sports, like
Yeah.
some people really enjoy baseball and other people really loathe baseball,
Hmm.
like, oh, it's so long. But the thing with it is now, like, I'd be curious to go back to some of those people that are like, baseball is so boring because it's changed over the years now with like the time clocks and stuff for pitching, and it's actually like you can go to a game just over 2 hours now, unless it's the Dodgers and the Blue Jays and the World Series and Brad Paisley playing freaking.
It's a World Series game.
Oh, it went
That
18 innings the other
should
night.
be long. That should
Oh
be. That's what you
no,
want. Well,
not
these are
that
the two
long.
best teams.
It
The
went
two best
two
teams
two
fighting.
games. It ended at like midnight LA time, 3 a.m. Eastern time. It was
They
crazy.
were just waiting first person to make a mistake.
Pretty
The other
much,
team
yeah.
wins. Yeah.
But stuff like that. I know like there's other people that you're like, I love soccer. They're like, oh, soccer. No.
Hmm.
I can't do soccer. For me, I'll tell you right now, mine, golf.
Hmm.
Hands down. Nope. Can't do it. I can barely watch and I can barely watch a NASCAR race, honestly. Like the racing, I got to be there in person, honestly, to enjoy most of
Hmm.
it. Unless it's Indy 500. I don't know, like there's just a DNA strand in my body from growing up in Indiana is that's the one race I can watch, whether live or on
That's
TV, pretty
interesting.
much. Yeah, it's very odd. It's the only one I can sit down and watch. I don't watch any other race
Hmm.
at all throughout the year, but I'll sit down and watch that race.
And there's a lot that you've said there that revolves around the idea of your favorite team, kind of.
Sure. Yeah.
Am I like the little quote unquote surveys that go around? Are you a cat person or a dog person? And then are you a cat or a dog? Like which would represent you better? And you move to a place where you're putting people in those camps because you need that. We need that as human beings. We need to know I'm a part of a group, of a family, and we're social creatures, right? And so when you talk about sports teams, it is, to me, it was surprising when my mother-in-law said that she was fine, with Marnie and I being married and what have you, but that if she ever cheered for the Braves, it would be over.
Because
And I'm like, yeah, yeah. And she's looking at me like, do I look like I'm laughing?
she's a
And
twins. Is she a twins
she's a
family?
Twins fan,
Yep.
absolutely. Twins, Vikings, all Wisconsin. I mean, all Minnesota all the time. And I was shocked because I'm not a fan. I like watching a game and cheering for the people that everybody hates because it just builds up so much energy in the room. So many people get so passionate when you're cheering for the bad team. There's not evil team, so it doesn't really matter in that respect. But like, you're this fan. Oh well, I'm gonna cheer for the other guys. Let's go. Did you see that? And pushing that narrative up farther and farther. But it's our need to be social and to look out into the world and go, those are people like me. The number of Packers fans
Oh yeah.
that, I mean, they're here I've met are just this is like they only wear Packers apparel. Like they have
Mm-hmm.
every outfit they have, unless it's a uniform, has a scout. I mean, has a Packers thing on it. Their license plate, they've got a little, I don't know, little Packers symbol as made out of stone in their front yard. And it's amazing to think about why we do that and then why it's so easy to yuck someone's yum, to look at that team that someone loves and go, oh God, why would you like them? They're garbage. This and this and this. My team is better because this and this and this. And hearkening back to some rivalry that happened, in the World Series 12 or 14 years ago, right? And it's
Yep.
still in there. It's still just grinding your gears. And it's that need to be with a group, with people, to be a part of it. You know that the armchair quarterback is a great example of it. You want to be a part of that team. You want to be a part of that passion, that love, that enjoyment, right?
Yeah.
So cool. You enjoy them. I don't so much, but I'm happy that you are, right?
Yeah. Well,
How it should be.
a lot of those rivalry type things too are birthed out of like splits with how teams, like, oh, we want to do this and like leave and go start another team somewhere else kind of deal, or just some
Interesting.
bad fallout is the other, kind of the other part to it. So,
Yeah. Well, I mean, just with like with anything we do, it's what you love is what you love. Cool.
yeah.
You know, as long as it's, I mean, I think the do no harm rule kind of rolls in here. As long as what you love isn't actively harming other people or inactively even harming people, that's cool. Whatever you like. Yeah, your sports team, you like your favorite casserole, you like your, where you go for vacation, you like to have your toes exposed for some reason. I don't
Yeah.
know. That's just weird.
Locally here,
Sandals versus Crocs.
locally here, I would say the yuck versus the yum. There's a few of them would be Skyline versus Gold Star is a big one, which
Now
is the
explain that to
Cincinnati,
everybody because,
which
yeah.
is Cincinnati chili. So and then there's other small places too that have their own style of Cincinnati chili, but Gold Star and Skyline are two franchise restaurants that serve basically it's noodles with like a meat sauce on top of it. They call it chili. It's very unique and
It is unique.
it's very much just here in Cincinnati.
It is.
So there's definitely a yuck versus yum for that place. There's also another one for UDF ice cream versus Grater's ice cream. Grater's ice cream is a family owned small batch French pot made ice cream. It's very, because it's small
Pot
batch like
made?
that. It's called French pot. It's how they make the ice cream.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then UDF is actually like a gas station, but like you know how like some chain gas stations have like certain things they're just known
Mm-hmm.
for, like a
Yeah.
Wawa or something like that.
Bucky's and
Bucky's, yeah,
quick
exactly.
trip.
Yeah. So UDF, their ice cream, they're kind of known for that and stuff. So like there's a definitely like a debate on, people going back and forth on those two things as well. Sports wise, we have our own rivalry here in town with the UC Bearcats versus the Xavier Musketeers for basketball. That's huge. Like they literally have like what they call the crosstown shootout, and it's gotten to where there have been times where it's gotten so crazy that it's almost been an actual shootout like at the arena.
No way.
Yeah, it's there was a few years where they were like, we're gonna let things settle down, we're gonna do the game, but we're gonna do it at a neutral space because it's getting a little bit too crazy. But just things like that. Like it's fun and exciting, and so like I don't know. And I guess maybe rivalries are a little bit different than a yuck versus a yum, but
Mm-hmm.
there's still that like, oh, you like that team? Like, oh, I don't see how you could like them, like kind of deal. So there's that, I guess,
Yeah.
to it as well.
Yeah. It rolls through all of it. And being able to look at someone else that has a different opinion than yours, again, that isn't harming anybody, you gotta grow up
Yep.
in order to reach a point where you can say, you like corn? Okay. I still love you. Or you eat peanut shells because you really like salt and you drink pickle juice.
Yeah, there's that one.
So, but I still love you, Marnie. I'm just saying it out loud, okay? I love you, but
Hey,
this,
my kid drinks pickle
jeez.
juice, so I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course, though, he's got a condition. I guess that's that's the only like saving grace to
Marnie
his
definitely has
situation.
a condition. I don't know what it is, but she has a condition. Been
Oh
with me for
shoot.
20 years. There's obviously something wrong with her.
Oh goodness.
Some
Well,
kind of
hey,
masochist.
switching gears from the yuck versus yum conversation into something a little more tangible for the organization is the fact that just this past week they announced the new executive board for the National At Home Dad Network. So, first off, congratulations to you, sir, in retaining your vice
Thank you.
president's role.
I
So,
appreciate it. I want to state clearly and firmly that no one else wanted to do it.
That's usually how it works. It's
So
usually how it,
you're
I kid you
welcome.
not. That is I for the 6 years that I was on the board, that was pretty much how it was. Oh, I can't hand this off to anybody. I guess I will stay the vice president.
Now, I want to clarify. I love this job. I really do. I really am learning a lot, and I, I feel like every month I'm a. This is going to sound arrogant. I feel like I'm more of an asset to the network
That's great.
just in this job because it teaches you so much about things that you need to know to run a nonprofit well. And not that
Oh
I'm
yeah.
doing that, but like to be a part of that team. So, but anyway,
Yeah, no,
thank you.
definitely.
I
Yeah.
should have just said thank you.
And you got a we got a new president
Yep.
in the we don't have an
Young
oval.
gun
I was gonna
right
say
out of the gate.
we don't have an oval office or anything like that. I don't know how to put him in like a new we have a new president in the house. There, that's
Pantry.
in the house. He's in the house.
Yep.
But yeah, so voted in was Chris Griffin,
Mm-hmm.
and Chris has been around the organization for a few years now. And I've had the opportunity to get to hang out with him personally. I got to hang out with him in Baltimore a couple years ago. Went to a baseball game with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Super nice guy. Definitely, as far as organization of and passion for the organization, I feel like he's definitely a good person to step in with a young, like you said, he's younger, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the things that Keith has done over the past few years have been awesome and definitely helped to move the organization forward in a lot of positive ways. And I feel
Absolutely.
like Chris coming in, like, yes, there's big shoes to be filled, but I feel like Chris fills them well and will be able to handle the things that need to be done. He just seems like he's got a very good, like, solid foundation, a good head on his shoulders for being able to, tackle,
Yep. Yep.
the different things that come up throughout the time of even just a year as a president. So
Congratulations, Chris.
yeah, definitely. I'm excited to see where all that goes. Treasurer is going to be Paul Gordon. Now he's
Mm-hmm.
stepping in for the former. Was he treasurer last year? He was treasurer last year. He's
He's
retaining. Never mind.
maintaining. Yep.
Yes, he is.
Yep.
He is maintaining his position, which has been great. He's a bit of a numbers guy, and he does really well with that.
Yeah.
So
He's definitely in his element. There are, I think I don't think I could list all the things that Paul is probably really good at, but where he's at as treasurer and his understanding of how, Robert's rules of order work, it's amazing. And he's been incredibly beneficial. And again, someone that I've learned a lot from. So
yeah,
congratulations, Paul.
I'll tell you the other thing that he's really good at is hunting. That's what he's really good at.
That's true. Yep.
So that and knowing his bourbons. That's
Yeah.
And then coming in as the new secretary, because Matt Strain stepped down,
Hmm.
is Nick Hargis. And I'm excited to see Nick in this position. I feel like he's already been doing some very similar things with Home Dad Con over the past couple of years.
Hmm.
And being able to step into this role, I think that he'll be able to handle a lot of the things that Matt
Yep.
was doing and continue doing them well.
Yeah.
So
And
I
I
mean,
like to talking about younger people. And this is why Matt ended his time with the network. I mean, he served two full terms. So he more than did his part.
yeah,
But one of the things he would say is, I want to open this up to younger dads. I want the younger dads who are more connected or more in tune with what's going on for them to be the ones that we're listening to that are making the new bylaws or rules or guidelines or what our goals are for whatever year. And I think Nick is a great example of that because there's a line of demarcation in a lot of people in technology that people that have never really gotten into technology and are still kind of struggling with things, and then you have people that are just ducks to water, right? And Nick is definitely one of those. It's been very cool using, as an example, we meet on Slack. We use Slack, their nonprofit program, for everything business wise, basically. And being able to get on it now and just going, okay, well, we're going to use the AI notes, which I love AI for that. And it's just so much easier. I think the things that we're going to do in this coming year are going to be much more efficient and much faster. Not that Matt wasn't doing a great job. And Matt, I've told you 20 times at least, I think you're doing a great job, did a great job. But that change in, moving into with a new secretary, and that's why we do it. That's why we remove, we step back from these jobs because we need that new person and the new blood, like you
Yeah.
said. And I'm really looking forward to what Nick can do.
No,
I think
definitely.
it's going to be the executive board. I think is going to be a really great team for this coming year, especially coming into our 30th convention
Yeah.
with, our secretary being probably chair of that, if not co-chair. I don't know if how involved Keith is going to be, but
Yeah.
we're definitely going to keep Nick. No, you have to stay here. No,
Yeah,
you
I think he
must.
was ready to give it up, and he was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm gonna stay here, I guess." But yeah, no, he's Nick's definitely gonna do well. I have full confidence in him being able to handle things. And two, with what you're talking about with Matt, like Matt Strain did a great job of when he was in secretary, like kind of looking for those different things to help make it easier. Like he was trying to figure out some of those things, like
Hmm.
as far as
Yeah,
like the AI and stuff like that. So I
right.
think just the fact that he was willing to even like tackle some of that stuff as one of the older dads and just kind of get things moving is definitely, that definitely helped as well. And there's a good mix of older and younger dads on the board
Hmm.
in general. I mean, that's the other nice thing too, is so I think having a mix of that with the executive board and then on through like the full board as a whole, like it's good to have because
Yeah.
that keeps things in tone with what is truly going on in the organization.
Hmm.
And hopefully anybody that's listening to this like realizes that these guys are all accessible too. Like you guys can be reached whether it be through an email or if you're in Discord, like there's ways to get
Yeah.
in touch with the guys that way too.
Discord,
But
Facebook, board at athomedad.org.
yep.
Each person has their own. Yeah, we're all open for that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the other nice thing. And I think that's one of the unique things about our organization from other 501c3s, like being around other 501c3s, it seems like that connection to be able to communicate with the board of that specific 501c3 can seem like an uphill battle. And like we're constantly being like, hey, like we're here. You got something, don't hold back. Like let us know. We don't want to be left in the dark on this. And, we
Hmm.
want to be able to tackle it head on type of deal. Whereas some places they're like, yeah, I don't want to hear it. Like there's a complaint box out in the hallway. Just drop that in there, and we'll wait till we see cobwebs crawling out of it to realize there might be something in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that's great. I think that there's some good things ahead for that. Now you just re-upped. Was it this
Last year.
year?
Yeah.
Last
Last
year,
year.
last year. Yeah. Now, Paul, is he on his last year?
Yep.
Okay. So there's that. And then I think Nick's got 2 more years.
Two more. This and one
Two.
more, I believe. Yep.
Yeah. So and Chris was just voted in, right?
2 years. This is his third year, I
Oh,
believe.
is it? Okay. I can't. That's the thing.
Yeah.
See, I
It's
feel
hard
like
for
that
me
needs.
too.
Yeah, I feel like that needs to be put in here on like underneath their name, so like how long some of them have been in there. Because yeah, it's very. I'm like I can't keep track of them all anymore. So.
Well, if you'd like to make that suggestion to our marketing department, I'm sure they'd be happy to hear from you.
Oh, trust me, I know him. I will
Pointing that out.
definitely put that forth. Oh goodness. Anyway, yeah. So it's a basically a new year. Oh yeah, that's the other thing too. Like if you because we're getting close to the end of the year, if you haven't set your membership as a renewal of automatic renewal, or if you're like, I think I have it, but I'm not sure, just realize this too. Things have changed within that whole registration of membership. And so I know for a fact there are quite a few individuals who thought they had their renewal set up and then didn't realize
Hmm.
that the system had changed a little bit and we actually
Right.
had to it drop them and now they need to go back through. So check your
Check your
stuff out.
memberships, people.
Yeah, check your memberships out. See if that's something you need to get done because, don't be just sitting there thinking that it's good to go when you maybe have not received any kind of communication from the organization about that. So, yeah. But that's all I got for today, man. I'm exhausted and I still have a ton to do, which I'm sure that like anybody else listening, they probably also still have a
Right?
ton to do. So, uh,
Sisyphus,
yep.
Sisyphus, do the laundry.
Yeah. Well, hey, thanks for tuning in for this episode, and we'll talk to you all next week.
Good night, everybody.
I'm a dad, that's what I do.